Hello beautiful people, this is Chris from TechSpert and I'm here with Motorola's Moto E6 Plus, one of the most affordable Motorola handsets around right now. In fact, one of the most affordable smartphones around right now. Starts from just £99 for the base model. So got some pretty decent specs and features despite that low asking price though. Going to get it all unboxed and set up now. Take you on a full tour of all of the hardware and the software so you know exactly what to expect. If I can actually get my crappy fingernails around this sellotape. Ah, there you go. Always keep a handy little SIM pin thing handy. All right, let's see what we actually get in the box then. Obviously the phone itself, and it comes pre-wrapped, as you can see there, in a transparent protective cover as well, which is always great to see, especially on these budget handsets. It's a good bit of extra value for money, just helps to keep your cheapy handset in pristine condition. Let's see what else you get in here. Bit of readme action, of course. 3-pin plug, bit of USB cable to charge it back up again. Of course, it's micro USB, not the reversible Type-C, which is a bit of a shame. And this is something that I haven't dug out of a phone box in quite some time. It's a removable battery. It used to happen all the time back in the day. You'd be like, why is the phone not turning on? Oh, it's because the battery hasn't been put in yet. It's a problem you don't tend to get very often in 2019. And that's basically everything in the box. So let's start with the design of the Moto E6 Plus. And as you can see there, it's basically just a plastic chassis, very shiny indeed. And as you can see, it's starting to smudge up a bit of a storm already, unfortunately. You can pick it up in a couple of different hues here in the UK. This is the graphite version, I believe it is. So basically a sort of reflective silver. You can basically use this thing as a mirror. Look at that. Do your hair. Looking ravishing as always. But you can also pick it up in a cherry red hue if you fancy something a bit more vibrant. Appears to be a little dinky slot for your fingernails to get into. There we go. That corner just pops off like so. It was really weird to be doing this after all this time. And then battery will just slip in there like so. A nice bit of the Motorola branding and everything, of course. And in more blast from the past technology, the Motorola Moto E6 Plus actually takes micro SIMs instead of nano SIMs, which is of course what I have right here. But thankfully they do bundle in a little nano SIM to micro SIM converter. All I've got to do is actually get this thing open because it's the tiniest little pouch in the world. I'm not even sure how you would do this. You know what, I'm just going to rip it to bits because that's just not going to work. Using my manly brute strength. And I've just got to try and clip my nano SIM into this little converter somehow. Oh god, it's so fiddly. Okay, I think I've managed that, and now that just goes inside the phone. So I just slip it inside like so, and hope to god it doesn't go popping out and flying across the room. And as you can see, next to the SIM card slot as well, you've got a micro SD memory card slot that takes micro SDs up to 512 gigabytes in size, so a good bit of expansion for your storage. Nice. Okay, let's pop that shiny chassis back in place. And there we have it, all ready to get started. So let's hope there's some juice in that removable battery. Yes, there is indeed.
Hello, Moto.
Every time. Right, so I've just finished setting up the Motorola Moto E6 Plus. As you can see there, it's just busy restoring a backup from the cloud from a previous Android smartphone, so it's busy downloading and installing all of my apps again for me. As with all Motorola handsets, you get a nice clean stock version of Android here on the E6 Plus. It is of course full Android Pie, as you would kind of hope and expect. Hopefully Motorola will be regular with the security updates and everything else here on the E6 Plus, and hopefully it'll get a nice bit of Android 10 sooner rather than later. As you can see, very few apps pre-installed and everything as well. It's basically just the standard Google ones, and then of course it's busy installing all of my own personal stuff on top of that. Now, one omission that did really surprise me here on the Moto E6 Plus is the fact that you don't get the Moto app giving you all of those handy little bonus Moto experience features. As you can see, no sign of it at all in the apps tray. If you dive into the settings of Moto experiences, they just aren't there, so you don't get the nifty gesture control, the likes of the one-handed mode, the fact that the camera can track when your eyes are looking at the screen and therefore cancel the hibernation, stuff like that. Just nice little tools that you get with Motorola handsets, which unfortunately are not available here on the E6 Plus. Still, if you dive on into the settings, you do get all of the standard sort of Android Pie stuff, the likes of digital well-being. It basically tracks exactly how much you're using the smartphone. If we dive into the display as well, we can customize that 6.1-inch IPS screen just to a limited degree. So as you can see there, you've got the likes of the ambient display feature. If you lift the smartphone to check the phone, to see if there's any notifications or anything like that on the go. Got adaptive brightness, of course, a nice bit of night light action as well, which as you can see there just helps to filter the blue light, just gives you a nice warm, easy on the eye experience. and you can set that to schedule, so I'm going to have it go on from sunset to sunrise. As for the actual screen itself, well, it's a 720p display, so it's not full HD unfortunately, but as you can see they're still nice and crisp. The fact that it's 6.1 inches instead of like a massive 6.5 inch or something like that means you still get those quite sharp images. Viewing angles aren't too bad from the looks of it, and if you boost it all the way up onto the maximum brightness level as well, should do the job nicely even on quite a bright day. And the fact that it's a 19.5:9 aspect ratio as well means that it's quite well suited to cinematic output. So as you can see there, you get a nice bit of full view mode on the go here in YouTube, with only a tiny little nipple notch poking its way and intruding on the action. Not too bad at all. And if we just boost the volume up for a second, it's a single bottom firing mono speaker here on the Moto E6 Plus.
I'm the enemy. You're not a Nazi, Jojo. You're a 10-year-old kid who likes dressing up in a funny uniform and wants to be part of a club.
So as you can hear there, it's obviously not fantastic quality, it's rather tinny, but it gets a decent little volume. Once you boost it to that maximum level, it'll be absolutely fine for just watching a bit of YouTube or whatever. And it's pretty good news on the audio front anyway, because you do actually get a 3.5mm headphone jack, which it seems that pretty much only budget phones are the last ones to offer this. All the premium ones have scrapped it. And just briefly flipping around to the back again, you'll see there you do get a physical fingerprint sensor right there in the back of the Moto E6 Plus. It's slightly indented into the surface, so it's nice and easy to find. And it does the job reasonably well, as you can see there, not hanging around too long. Once you give it a tap, pretty much straight into your desktops. Reasonably nippy. But even more impressive is the fact that you do actually have full facial recognition here on the Moto E6 Plus, as well as an addition to that fingerprint sensor. I've just got to stick my face into this hole, try not to get any backlighting because that'll screw it up, and hopefully, there we go, job done. All right there, that is the face of a man who has definitely not had enough sleep lately. And now the grand test, let's see if this actually works. Give the power button a quick tap and hopefully, yep, dink. Wasn't exactly the swiftest of unlocks, but it actually recognised me, and there you go, bypassed the fingerprint sensor. So there you go, that's a nice little bonus feature, considering the Moto E6 Plus is just a basic £99 handset. Unfortunately, some other quite basic features, such as NFC, are missing in action, so you won't be able to use this Motorola for your NFC payments. Now, as the E6 Plus is quite a basic budget-friendly handset, you can expect quite budget-friendly performance as well. Unfortunately, it's run by a simple Mediatek Helio P20 chipset, backed by either 2 or 4 gigs of RAM, depending on which model you get. Now, this is the basic bog standard £99 2GB of RAM model, and as you can see there, it is not the swiftest and smoothest of handsets. As you can see there, it's swiping through the likes of the Google feed. Quite a stuttery experience, but nothing too treacherous so far. Touch wood, hopefully apps won't take an absolute lifetime to load up. You actually be able to skip between them reasonably quickly. I will of course be giving this a full review. I've got my personal SIM card slapped in there. It's actually working with that SIM card adapter and everything, so that's good news. So stay tuned on a full update on what I actually think of the performance and battery life and everything else. But yeah, if you've got a little bit of extra cash, I would highly recommend upgrading to 4GB of RAM. I always say you need at least 3 or 4 gigs with an Android device, because 2 does seem to be really on the cusp. It does seem to make handsets struggle a bit more than they ought to. And because this is the basic 2GB of RAM model, that means I also only get 32GB of storage. But if you upgrade to 4 gigs RAM, then you will get 64 gigs of storage, although of course, as I mentioned before, there is micro SD support up to 512 gigs as well. And what about that battery tech? Well, it's a 3000 milliamp cell stuffed in here. I really hope that, especially considering the energy efficient chipset that's packed in here and the fact that it's a nice stock clean version of Android, that will keep you going all day long. But of course we will see, only time will tell. Do a bit of real life testing on all of that, and as you can see, you've got usual battery saver modes and everything else as well. All of which shenanigans brings us onto that dual lens camera tech. It's a 13 megapixel f2.0 primary lens, and that's backed by a simple 2 megapixel depth sensor for the likes of your portrait shots, so you get a nice bit of background bokeh blurry effect. And for load up Motorola's camera app, I really like the funky design of it here on the E6 Plus. It's very different to the one you get on the likes of the G series phones, the Moto 1 handsets. I like this sort of monochromatic, almost kind of artistic design of the icons and everything. As you can see there, you start off in full-on auto mode. You've got a bit of HDR auto action on the go to help with those high dynamic range shots like this one. Take a quick shot like so, quick and simple. You can switch to the video mode just with a tap of this little icon here. And as you can see, it starts off in 720p resolution by default, but you can boost all the way up to a mighty 1080p Full HD resolution on demand. As you can see there, you've got a full depth/portrait mode as well. You can actually control the level of the blur effect to go in the background. You've also got, this looks like a beauty mode of some description. Yep, face beauty. Well, I won't be needing that anytime soon, obviously. Bit of panorama action as well, if you fancy a bit of that. And if we flip it around to the front, it's an 8 megapixel selfie cam, f2.0. And as you can see there, I can take a lovely shot of my shiny head. And of course, you do have a portrait mode as well. It's only using obviously a single lens, so it probably won't be quite as accurate with the edge detection as that rear facing snapper. So give that a go. Image processing for a very long time, because Mediateks are not the swiftest of chipsets. Oh my god, that was crazy loud. And there you have it. Great results. And a bit of beauty mode that's actually boosted that all the way up to maximum. I'm not feeling myself today. I'm a little bit knackered, a little bit sweaty. Yeah, just about doing the job. And that right there in a nutshell is the Motorola Moto E6 Plus. As I say, starting from £99 here in the UK. A little bit more if you want the 4 gigs of RAM, the 64 gigs of storage. Reasonable for a budget handset, some pretty decent specs in there, some nice features like that face recognition. It's just a shame the Moto app with the Moto experiences is absent and you don't get the likes of NFC. But stay tuned for my full in-depth review to see what I think of the performance, the battery life, the day-to-day runnings of the Moto E6 Plus, and let me know what you think down below. Are you tempted by it? If you'd be great to hear your thoughts, and please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Cheers everyone, love you!